Hello guys, I'm gonna show you how to remove the radiator on a 2001 BMW 525i. It's the same procedure for all E39s from 97 to 2003, especially the ones that have the clips here. So you need to do first to remove these retaining tabs and these retaining plastic here and one here. Then we'll drain the radiator. We'll take the fan out through the nut over there, and we'll put a different radiator in there. So stay tuned. You're gonna need a socket size 8 for these bolts, and then a flathead screwdriver for these ones. All you have to do is put it in here between and pull this one out. Of course, with 2 hands is much better, but only one hand right now, the other holding the camera. But alright, and then you go ahead and pull this one away. That's what you get. Do the other one and I'll be back with you. So after those ones are loose, you can see that the shroud is loose now. Let's go ahead and remove these ones. Now make sure you keep the rubber ones because the new radiator doesn't come with these ones. Let's put it on the side. Remove this one as well. And let's go ahead and remove the fan. You see that nut over there? We're going to use these tools. It's a 32 millimeter for the fan nut, and this one, if the fan doesn't come off right away, all you have to do is you insert this arm. If you can see, there are 2 bolts over there, this one and this one. There's 4 of them that hold the pulley to the water pump. So you would want to insert these like so, and then it's going to, this is going to hold the pulley from moving with the fan clutch nut, so you can break it loose. To take the fan clutch nut off, it's against the normal rules of tightening, so you turn it right to make it loose, not left. Alright, once you can see the fan is loose now, let me show you. So you would want to go ahead and remove it. So what you have to do is you pull this up, try not to break things out. It's better to take this one, just clip off. It's also a good idea to unclip this guy, because this will start hitting the hose from here, and I don't hear water in it. So let's go ahead and remove this one. The flat screwdriver, you pop this clip up. Okay, and then you pull the hose out. Like so. Try to keep track of the wires you remove so they don't get lost. Let's put this like this here, so it won't bother us. And we'll remove this one up like this. And let's go ahead and this one out. As you see, fan is gone. So now you need to loosen this hose clip here, hose clamp, and take this one off because this is connected to the expansion tank up here. So we can take this one off and then we can pull the shroud out. Now the shroud houses the rest, or the rest of the hoses clip on the shroud. So you want, make sure you take care of this, not to break any hoses unless you're replacing the hoses. But I'm not replacing the hoses. They look fine, they seem fine, and the dates on them are not the old dates like the original manufacturing dates, so it looks like they've been replaced before. So I'll be back with you. Alright, now we remove this hose from here that goes to the expansion tank. Let's go ahead and remove this one here. As you can see, my shroud is broken. Previous owner looks like they broke this part here, but that's okay. It's not that bad. Anyways, so we need to, you can see these hoses are clipped. They are clipped over there, so you want to remove the hose out. Just be careful. We got a bunch here, so let's free this one out the way, and then there's one more clip here. You can see it. Alright, and then, so that's, you can see it's the upper one, and here's another one. You can see this is the auxiliary electric pump, so let's just remove up, lift it up. It's sitting in a small clip as well. So let me see. This was where the auxiliary pump is sitting. So we have one more clip here. Make sure you memorize how this goes back. So you got the expansion tank sits here, two hoses coming out, the lower hose clips here, continue, doesn't go here, continue here. There's a tab here similar to this one, is broken, looks like, keeps going here, and then the auxiliary pump goes here, and it has a hose coming out that clips here. And so the other one, this hose that's here, goes through this one, through this one, through this one. Alright? Alright, now there are several ways to drain this thing out. You can remove this lower temperature sensor here. You press the clip, remove. Okay, and then this sensor, there are two small tabs here. You can see it moves, so you squeeze and lift it up. When you lift it up, coolant is gonna start coming out. So make sure you have something to collect it down there. And then when you remove the radiator, there will be some coolant will come out of here after you remove the hoses. So all the we only need to remove two hoses, this one here and this one here that we already did. That's it. There's nothing else connected to the radiator. Just make sure these ones here, these two clips, that's still there. You can remove them if you're afraid of breaking them. All you have to do is twist like this and take it out. These are where the fan shroud sits and gets tight at the bottom. New radiator doesn't come with this. Actually, brand new radiator does come with it, but used one does not. So just keep that in mind. Don't lose these ones. Alright, so we take the temperature sensor off. Coolant comes out. My car has water because I'm in a warm climate. So yours could have coolant, so make sure you collect it and dispose of it correctly. And now we're gonna take this hose off. We're gonna unclip here like we did the upper one and pull. Lift this one up, the clip, and then pull the hose out. Alright, now we remove the hose here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to maneuver this radiator to come out. The problem is, as you can see, there's a bulge over there, and there's these hoses here. They will make it a little bit of a pain to come out. Also, it has like mounting legs up here, this here, and one right underneath this one. So it's going to be a little bit of a pain to come out, but just be patient. And it's better to do it like cross like this, you know, not straight pull. It's not gonna come. So like you wanna kind of give and take here. Try to take it out without damaging the hoses here around. So let me try to. As you see, no, this one fell off. You see this leg? It's like a rubber leg that comes off. You need to remove this one. It looks like this. You need to remove these and transfer them to your new radiator. Alright, so this is a newer radiator. It's actually, I got it from a junkyard, but it's in decent shape. If you're planning to keep the car for a long period of time, like let's say if you're planning to keep the car for at least another 50,000 miles, I would go with a new radiator, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm only planning to keep the car for a little while more. This car has 218,000 miles, and it still runs and drives awesome, but time to move on to something new. So let's go ahead and take this one out, put the clips, and make sure you put the rubber legs on the sides, transfer from the old one, and then put it back in. Alright, so we put the new radiator back in place. Make sure it's fit correctly here. The two legs are sitting in place, not moving at the bottom. Make sure it's snug over here. You see these rubber, so it's supposed to keep it here and not make noises when the car moves. So make sure it's snug, everything fits correct. And let's go ahead and put this lower hose here back. So, like so. And then clip back like this. And then the upper one here. But I'll leave this for later. I'll leave this for later until I put the shroud back, because I know it's going to be a pain. So you can worry about this one later. So let's go ahead and I guess drop the shroud back. First, let's put these back here. And then we'll put the shroud and then fill the car up. Alright, so we put these retainer tabs back in. Radiator is not going anywhere. So since we're here anyway, let me show you the thermostat. If you plan to change the thermostat as well, I suggest you do it. If you plan to change the water pump, it's also better to do it if you're keeping the car for a while. So the thermostat is fairly straightforward. You got this wire here, unclip, pull up, and then you have one screw here, one here, and another here, and another one here. I don't know if you can see it. Here. So 4 screws total. 4 screws total. You know, take them out, take the bolts out, and then this will come out. Before you take it out, unclip this guy right here, and then take the hose out, and the same one for here. And then new thermostat comes with the gasket, so you don't have to worry about it. Just it's a plug and play. You put the new one in. There is no need for any paste or I don't know. I replaced this a while ago and I did not use anything, and everything is fine. Now the water pump, it's basically a continue of this section here. It's this pulley mounts on the water pump, and that's how the water pump is driven with the engine, so through this belt system. Now this is the crank pulley. This is the main one that runs with the engine and drives these 2 belts. This goes to the AC compressor down here, and as you can see, it needs to be replaced. There are cracks, if you can see it. You see? These cracks indicate this belt needs to be replaced as soon as possible. And since you're here anyway, it's pretty straightforward. You have a tensioner here that it pulls up to tighten, make the tension higher on the belt. All you have to do is pry this cover out, and there's a screw down here that with a wrench you can push down, and then it'll loosen, it'll push down, and then you can take the belt out and put a new one. Same story with this one. We got a tensioner right here. See this tensioner? It pulls this way to make tension on the belt, so you want to pull it the other way. So when you pry this cover out, you'll see a star bolt. The size of this bolt is, let me show you. The size of this bolt is actually, not this one, is actually this one. Let's see. So it's T50. It's T50. If my phone can zoom in, which doesn't seem to be happening right now. So it's T50. And this goes in here. You have to take this cover, plastic cap, and this one goes here, and then with a ratchet you pull this way. Let me actually look at it again. Actually no, you pull in this direction on the ratchet, so it's like you're tightening the bolt, because when you're pulling in this direction you're pushing this part out, and then you can take the belt out. Just make sure you know the diagram how it goes. As you can see, this belt been replaced before. It's in decent condition. So since you're here, yeah, the water pump, yeah, after you remove the belt you unscrew these four, the pulley comes out, and the water pump is sitting right behind. You can see here. There's a screw over here. Probably 4 more screws. It's probably held by 4 or 5 screws. 5 bolts in there. You just remove it out, put the new one in. The new one comes in with a gasket. So it's pretty simple. It's a one-time job. If you're doing the radiator and you have not done the rest, it's better to do it all at the same time. And the hoses are good, you can reuse them if you feel they are bad, like they are torn apart, or when you rub them like this you see small pieces coming out or something. That means they're bad and need to be replaced. Alright, so we put back the shroud, and don't forget this part right here to put it back. Now before you secure the shroud to its place, you don't forget about the fan. So get the fan in there, put the fan in. Remember to screw it in, you have to hold it with one hand from here. So you want to keep this one up, hold it with one hand from here, and then with a wrench you screw, your turn direction will be this way. It's left to the left. Once you get the first few threads in, the rest is easy. A lot of people, I don't know, they say they have these tricks with the wires, or I don't know why people find it difficult to, but moving this part is not dangerous at all. I mean, these are rubber. Remember, you're moving rubber hoses and they flex. It's normal for them. So all you have to do is a little bit of space like this, grab and go with it down, put the fan back in. Alright, now we got the fan back in, the shroud in place. Fine, let's make sure everything is fine. There's no abnormally bent hoses or anything. And then this one sits fine. Now your car should have, there's a cover here that comes here, like a rubber band that kind of like closes the gap here. This one doesn't have it. Anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and put these plastic clips back. Alright, I'm getting ready to fill it up here. Make sure you put the temperature sensor back, and the wire back. Alright, so it's simple. What I have to do now, you want to turn on the heat, put the key all the way to on, put this in 90 and to max. Alright, make sure it's on the hot over there, and this is on the max and 90 degrees. Do not crank the car, and then fill it up. Now Putting it on 90 will trigger the auxiliary pump to run. So you will be able to hear the pump actually, if you can hear it. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and put water because, like I said, I live in a hot climate. One more thing you need to do is to unscrew this guy right there. So let me go ahead and do that. Unscrew this small screw here a little bit. This will let the system be able to purge the air out. So keep filling until you see water coming out of there. Here, your air, it's still taking water. First one down, second one, more water. See now water coming out of here. Keep putting your water here until you see water coming out of here, and then you screw it. Don't tighten it too much because it's plastic. I'll keep filling up here. You see? Now, this is. Do not overfill it. This is about enough. A little bit more. Yep. This is good enough. Just get some air out here again. Alright. Alright, turn the car up, and I'm all done.